And action.
Oh, yeah!
The show came from not only hearing stories from single friends about what it means to be single and 40, but just the process of aging for a woman is just so complicated and funny to me.
We're 40, Lori. For us, getting ready for sex is like prepping for a space mission. Bring it!
Most shows are either set in New York or Los Angeles, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to do a show that's not there.
In Sarasota, Florida, there are a lot of women out on the prowl,
Florida, you have a license to be a little crazier.
and that's where the show takes place.
What was our inspiration in creating Cougar Town? All right, you have to be ready for this. Ready? Our inspiration was, bam.
That's all you need to know.
That's my wife.
I think Bill has written kind of an exaggerated version of me, and so it's very funny to play and say all the things that you wouldn't normally say. I promised my husband we'd start having sex once a month without it having to be a quickie, and the bastard actually called me on it.
One of the things in my life that went right into the pilot, we had just had our third child, and my wife stepped out of the shower, and she walked over to the mirror. She just flashed herself, and she's like, damn it. That became the opening scene in Cougar Town, when Courtney starts looking at her elbows and her stomach, which is her stomach, by the way. She was very brave. She complains because she said she's the only person that has to go on television and convince people that a disgusting fat stomach in a TV show is actually hers.
Crap!
It's probably the most fun I've had, the most I've been myself within, the context of this character.
We definitely based this character on Courtney herself. She has no shame about her issues with aging.
Just take one of your legs and just put it over my arm.
Like this?
And
No filter either.
No
Say
filter
whatever
about what
she's-
she says.
is on her
and
mind.
She's playing an exaggerated version of herself.
Hey, sweet cheeks! Come to mama!
Let's face it, I'm a cougar. I'm married to a young man. I know what it's like to be a cougar.
I'd love to lick his body. That's my son.
Whenever a girl acts all sexy and vampy, there is a cartoon cougar that shows up on screen and goes,
Undoubtedly. And that's how we transition between scenes, too. The end of the scene will happen, and a cougar claw will tear that away.
no.
Next scene.
No one's ever said the word cougar on Cougar Town. There's a good piece of trivia.
Everybody recognizes that there's a double standard. There always has been, there still is. Women who date younger guys get judged by a different measuring stick than guys who date younger women.
You see, when women get older, it's icky. When men get older, it's adorable. It's actually my favorite double standard.
When we first started the show, it was kind of all about Jules and her character and dating young men and going to clubs and going to bars.
You totally had sex last night. How did you know? I know these things. And plus, there's a condom wrapper on your back.
Oh, is it just the one?
It did start out as kind of like a show about women aging.
Towards the middle of the season, the girls did their girl stuff.
And the guys have this really fun guy thing going on.
We guarantee, as we do on all of our shows, as much male nudity as female nudity.
A lot. There's definitely some bromances going on.
I'm getting lost in my eyes. Look away.
Now the show really plays as her kind of as a head of this big dysfunctional family.
We're a team.
Fine. But I get to pick the team mascot.
It's just not about her cougaring, really, at all. It's more of like a sort of a dysfunctional family.
We'll let Barb be the big cougar on the show. She can be the one who can kind of exemplify what the show used to be and do all those jokes about going out and dating young guys.
If you're not gonna eat that, may I have it? My omelet? No. Good God, Barb.
The show is in some ways like Friends 20 years later. It's Friends in their 40s.
It's more about how all of these 7 people interact.
Tiny Ice is right.
I have tiny eyes?
Although I think a big marketing part of it is, please come see my wife and Courtney Cox in skimpy lingerie.
You like it?
It's pretty sweet.
It's been really cool to see the show grow.
I think that it's celebrating women in their 40s.
Cougar Town absolutely celebrates women in their 40s. Friendships and the laughs and the trials and tribulations.
It has the comedy, and yet it is also as a message. It's a lot of heartfelt stuff in it without being sappy or sad. It's just life.